Hey, Vikings Nation. Skol. Baby, what's good? Buckle up, because we're diving into some juicy NFL drama that's got our purple hearts racing. The big buzz? Joe Flacco, the veteran QB with a Super Bowl ring, just made a massive decision that's shaking up the league, and it involves our Minnesota Vikings. Was Flacco almost wearing purple and gold? Did we miss out on a game changer? Let's unpack this blockbuster news, break it down, and figure out what it means for our squad. Ready? Let's roll. So, here's the deal. Adam Schefter dropped a bomb, confirming that Joe Flacco, the 40-year-old gunslinger, signed a one-year, $4 million deal with the Cleveland Browns, with incentives that could push it to $13 million. Yeah, Flacco's headed back to Cleveland, where he snagged the NFL Comeback Player of the Year award in 2023. But hold up, before he inked that deal, guess who was blowing up his phone? The Pittsburgh Steelers and our Minnesota Vikings. That's right, Vikings Nation, we were this close to landing a QB with ice in his veins. So what happened? Why didn't Flacco choose us? Let's dig into the details and find out if this was a missed opportunity or a bullet dodged. Now let's set the stage. Flacco's no stranger to big moments. Dude led the Baltimore Ravens to a Super Bowl win in 2012, throwing 11 touchdowns and 0 picks in that playoff run. Insane, right? Fast forward to 2023, he joins the Browns mid-season, goes 4-1 as a starter, and drags them to the playoffs with 1,616 yards and 13 TDs in just 5 games. The guys still got it. So, when free agency hit after Aaron Rodgers, Flacco was the hottest QB name left. The Vikings, desperate for a steady hand to back up or push J.J. McCarthy, clearly saw Flacco as a fit. But why didn't it happen? Was it money, strategy, or something else? Let's keep digging. Alright, Vikings fans, let's talk about what went down with our pursuit of Flacco. Reports say we were in talks with him, likely looking for a veteran to stabilize our QB room while McCarthy develops. Imagine Flacco mentoring JJ, dropping dimes in crunch time, and bringing that playoff swagger to US Bank Stadium. But here's the kicker. Flacco chose Cleveland, a team he knows inside out. Maybe it was the comfort of Kevin Stefanski's system, where he thrived in 23. Or maybe the Browns offered a clearer path to starting. Either way, it stings to know we were in the mix but didn't seal the deal. What do you think? Should we have pushed harder for Flacco? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Now, let's pivot to Cleveland's side of the story, because this signing raises some eyebrows. Flacco's not just chilling on the bench, he's set to battle Kenny Pickett for the Browns' starting QB job in 2025. Yup, you heard that right. Kenny Pickett, the former Steelers first-rounder, got traded to Cleveland last month, and now it's a straight-up QB cage match. Oh, and Deshaun Watson? He's still on the roster, but recovering from a brutal Achilles injury that might sideline him all year. So, Flacco's got a legit shot to start. But here's where it gets wild. Does this mean the Browns are passing on a QB with their number 2 overall draft pick? Let's explore that next. Okay, let's zoom out and look at the Browns' draft plans because this Flacco signing might be a clue. For weeks, rumors have swirled that Cleveland's eyeing Colorado's Travis Hunter. You know, the two-way superstar who's a lockdown corner and a dynamic receiver. With that number 2 pick, if they're banking on Flacco and Pickett, maybe they're skipping a QB like Shedeur Sanders or Cam Ward. That's huge for the rest of the league, including us. If the Browns don't grab a QB, it shakes up the draft board. Could that open the door for the Vikings to trade up or snag a falling prospect? What's your take? Should we make a bold move in the draft? Hit me up below. Back to the Vikings, let's talk about our QB situation, because Flacco's decision leaves us with questions. Right now, J.J. McCarthy's our guy, but he's a rookie coming off a mixed bag of a season. Behind him, we've got Sam Darnold, who's shown flashes but isn't locked in long-term. Flacco could have been the perfect bridge QB. Someone to start if JJ needs time or to step in if injuries hit. Instead, we're left wondering who's next. Posts on X mentioned we might have held off on Flacco to avoid messing with our compensatory pick formula. Smart or too cautious? Should we chase another vet like Ryan Tannehill or roll with what we've got? Let me hear your game plan, Vikings Nation. Alright, let's get real for a sec. Missing out on Flacco isn't the end of the world. but it's a wake-up call. Our front office, led by Kwesi Adofo-Mensah, has been aggressive. Remember trading for Josh Dobbs when Flacco was available back in 23? Maybe they've got another trick up their sleeve. The NFL draft's just weeks away, and with picks in the first round, we could target a QB to develop behind JJ or a playmaker to boost our offense. Guys like Boise State's Ashton Jeanty or Ole Miss's Jackson Dart are names floating around. What's the move, fam? Trade up, stand pat, or sign a free agent? Let's debate it in the comments. Now, let's circle back to Flacco's impact league-wide, because this ain't just about us. Him landing in Cleveland screws with the Steelers and Browns rivalry. Imagine Flacco torching Pittsburgh twice a year. Plus, it puts pressure on other QB-needy teams like the Giants or Raiders who might have been sniffing around. For us, it's a reminder. The NFC North is a jungle. With the Lions, Packers, and Bears loading up, we can't sleep. Flacco's 12 TDs and 7 picks with Indy last year show he's still dangerous. Are you worried about facing him in the AFC? Or is this a non-issue? Sound off below. Here's the big picture, Vikings Nation. Flacco's return to Cleveland is a plot twist, but our story's far from over. Whether it's JJ stepping up, a draft steal, or a surprise signing, I'm hyped for what's next. The 2025 season's gonna be a banger, and we're building something special in Minnesota. So, what's your vibe? Optimistic, nervous, or ready to pillage? Smash that like button, drop a comment with your boldest Vikings prediction, and subscribe so you don't miss any Vikings news. Share this with your fellow Skol brothers and sisters, and let's keep the purple pride alive. Skol Vikings!